So let's draw what's going on. We have a circle here, a pulley, and we have a tension force here. This pulley has a moment of inertia, and it has a radius capital R. It's rotating like this. So that is the change in angular displacement is clockwise, and we're choosing clockwise to be positive. And we have a force tension associated with block A and a force tension associated with block B. And we can draw the moments of inertia for block A. We simply have MAG, the force of gravity, and then here would be force tension associated with A. And this block is moving up in the positive y direction, and then we're going to define block B. This is moving down. We're going to define that as positive y. And then we have the force due to gravity, and then going up, we have the force tension associated with block B. So if we wanted to find we can find the sum of forces in the y direction for a block A will equal the force tension of A minus the weight due to gravity, and this will equal the mass of A times the acceleration of the system. Sigma F of YB will equal the force tension associated with block B minus MBG equaling MBA, the acceleration of the system once again. Let's get a new workbook and say that relating these two equations, we can say that force tension A equals MAG plus A. And of course, we can say force tension B equals M sub B G plus A as well. To find the sum of the torques, this is going to be equal to the force, torque. We know that torque equals Fr. So we can say that the sum of torques is going to be equal to the force times tension times R, and then minus the force tension of A times R. This is going to be equal to I, the moment of inertia, times the angular acceleration. And if we wanted to substitute for the angular acceleration, we can say I times A over capital R. So at this point, we can say that R MB G plus A plus R MA G plus A equals IA over R. We're simply plugging in for the force tension. And we can say that the moment of inertia is going to be MP, the mass of the pulley, R squared, divided by 2 times A over R. And so essentially, if after algebraic manipulation, we find that A is going to be equal to G times the mass of B minus the mass of A divided by the mass of A plus the mass of B plus the mass of the pulley divided by 2. And we can solve. So A is going to be equal to 75 plus 65 plus 60 divided by 2. And then we have 9.8, 75 plus 65. And this is giving us 0.685 meters per second squared. So this would be our answer for part A. Excuse me. And then if part B is asking us if the moment of inertia of the pulley was ignored, then what would the percent error be? So if it was ignored, that means that the acceleration would equal G times MB minus A divided by mass of A plus mass of B. And so we can say that A is going to be equal to 9.875 minus 65 divided by 75 plus 65. And this is giving us 0.700 meters per second squared. So the percent error would be equal to 0.700 minus 0.685 divided by the correct acceleration of 0.685 times 100%, and we find that the percent error here is going to be approximately 2.1%. So not too bad. If you were to ignore the moment of inertia of the pulley, you would be off. You would have a significant percent error, but again, it's not too significant in the sense that it's not above 10% or 5%. This is pretty much good agreement. However, again, you want to account for all of the moments of inertias, especially if one does account for 2.1% of the linear acceleration. That is the end of the solution. Thank you for watching.